My name is Cori Trumbull.
My name's Elijah.
And I'm Josh.
I am a substitute teacher at Elijah's school, and I also narrate audiobooks for Audible.
I've been in the Navy for 11 years now. I'm a machinery division chief on board a submarine.
Elijah loves to read. Elijah also loves to play games like board games, and he loves to be outside with his friends. This deployment was super unpredictable and kind of frustrating. Josh being gone for as long as he was and missing out on a pretty significant life event was really hard. And of course, Elijah had a really tough time at the beginning, and usually the middle is a little bit easier, but then once we kind of get towards the end, he doesn't know it's the end, but once we get kind of towards the end, he starts to have trouble again because Dad's been gone for a really long time. Rein it in.
I'm right here.
I know.
I'm not going anywhere for like 5 years.
Okay. All right. Okay. Nighttime is really hard. This is why the app comes in handy because, when he's gone and we don't get to see his face or hear his voice, it's kind of neat to just pull out the app and be able to have story time because that transition to bedtime can be really difficult when we're both not here. So a lot of people don't know that on submarines, your communication is kind of only through email. So when they go dark and we don't have communication for sometimes weeks at a time, for me, it's extremely frustrating because I already feel like I don't know anything, but having the disconnect of even just a hello or good night or I love you, it's really difficult for me because I'm even more in the dark. When it comes to Elijah, when he gets an email from Dad, it's just as good as a phone call to him. So not having the emails for weeks and him asking, has Dad emailed? And I have to say no, it makes him disappointed because he really wants to hear from Dad, and that's a disconnect. I think a lot of the military doesn't really understand that. It's a challenge that submarines have.
For me, United Through Reading is something I recommend constantly at work, especially to people that have kids, because when we were in Washington, we had heard nothing about it, and when we moved to San Diego, we started hearing about it, and it seems like the perfect resource specifically for my community of submarines, because in other branches of the military and in other communities in the Navy even, they have access to FaceTime and video calling, and so they have that closer in touch with their family. It's not available all the time, but it's available more than it is for us. At best, we have email once a week, and if we have a terrible emergent situation come up, we might be able to use a satellite phone. So because we're so out of touch, it gives us that constant resource to stay connected with our family while we're gone.
United Through Reading for me has been kind of a lifeline to a certain extent. It's brought me joy. It's brought tears, lots of tears. But it's also brought my family together, which is something that, we move every 3 or 4 years. We have things that come and go. We have jobs that come and go. Well, he doesn't, but I have jobs that can come and go, and we have friends that come and go. But the one thing that we'll take with us forever is the connection we have as a family, and we have United Through Reading to thank for that.